In this video, we're going to be looking at correct score trading on the Betfair exchange, and I've got 5 quick fire tips that will help you improve your correct score trading right away. And I've got some real life football trading demonstrations lined up to back up exactly what we're saying in the video. It's all coming up. Go grab a nice cold beer and let's get into it. So when you are trading a correct score market and you're picking out your target scores, it's very important that you incorporate a plan A, the main way you're expecting the match to go, but also incorporate a plan B. Not every match is going to go to plan, so you've got to have a way to trade your way out of potentially bad situations. So incorporating a plan A and a plan B into the scores you pick is definitely advised. And similarly, when you're picking out those target correct scores, then you want to be favouring the favourite. It's important not to get too clever and maybe try predicting a 2-0 win to the underdog, or the underdog winning 3-1 or something like that. Obviously, these results can happen, but probability-wise, the final score is going to end up in favour of the favourite. So your plan A should probably be that, favouring the favourite. And then from there, correct score trading, it's going to incorporate a lot of traditional trading rules, and one of those is to always race your winners, cut your losers short. When a trade is not looking like it's going to plan, that's probably the trade you want to get out of early and exit, rather than maybe potentially losing your whole stake. And when it is going to plan, this is when you should maybe capitalize and double down and not exit early taking a smaller profit, maybe try and achieve that bigger profit when it's all going to plan. Anyway, I do have live demonstrations coming up which is going to explain all of this. But also, while we're here, correct score trading, you want to extract maximum value. So very similar to racing your profits, but when we talk about extracting maximum value, you might even be in positions where you might have to be prepared to break even in order to leverage up and make that bigger profit. As said, look, we're going to explain a lot more when we get into the real life demonstrations in just a moment. And also, while you're here, when you're trading the correct score market, lower your risk when possible. Okay, this market, the correct score market, it can be very, very volatile. If you picked out a whole bunch of target score lines in favor of the favorite, 10 minutes in, it's 3-0 to the underdog. It's an unlikely scenario, I know, but these scenarios can happen, and your whole stake could be gone. So when the trade is going to plan, always trying to lower your risk and try and take the risk out of the market. Primarily, that's your primary objective. Take the risk out of the market, then we can start to see how much profit we can make. But anyway, as promised, I'm going to be showing you a whole bunch of real life demonstrations recorded on the Betfair exchange. We're going to incorporate a lot of the tips that you've just seen so you can see it play out before your own very eyes. Let's get into it right now. So we're just underway in this one. Arsenal against Brentford. It's 0-0. We're about 4 minutes in. Arsenal clear favourite here. Covered quite a lot of score lines, as you can see, and so £100 gives us a very similar amount of profit potential as we would get on the Arsenal win. But of course, we're still covering the 1-1 scenario, and we're going to trade as the goals go in. Okay, so let's see what happens. Arsenal 0, Brentford 0. I'm expecting an Arsenal win in this one, but it's football, you never know. Let's see what happens. They've had to work for it, but Arsenal have taken the lead. Arsenal 1, Brentford 0. 70 minutes on the clock, so we're on a target scoreline of 1-0 to Arsenal, and we are anticipating more goals in this one. So we're anticipating probably at least another one. Could go to Arsenal, could go to Brentford, who knows. But we're going to lay this off and see if we can put a bit more profit on those next 2 possible score lines, and then let's see what happens when we hit it. Cash Out's offering us around a 50% return, so still not bad at all. But yeah, we're going to try and see if we can squeeze more out of this, and we're taking the risk of not making anything at all if it does remain 1-0 to the Arsenal. But let's see what happens. It's 71 minutes on the clock. 76 minutes, we have had another goal. It's a Brentford equaliser. So Brentford just equalised, long VAR check, so here we are. And we are obviously now on this target scoreline of the 1-1. Cash Out's offering us 76. Possibility that, you never know, Brentford could go and nick a winner from here. So first thing to do is we've got to remove the risk. Okay, so we're going to remove the risk from the trade by laying we've got £48 of risk, so we're going to lay off £48. And so we're probably going to leave this position here from this particular point and just see if Arsenal can get a winner. I think it's a pretty good position to be in. We're going to, if it does remain 1-1, we'll make a 78% return. If Brentford do go on and nick it and they make it 2-1 to Brentford, then hey, hats off, fair enough. The underdog has pulled off a surprise result, and that will happen. And if that is the case, we're going to break even. But the good money's on the 2-1 to Arsenal here. We've got 167 on that, and we've also got 3-1 still alive also. So should be an interesting end to this one. And obviously, if it remains this score, we're going to make a profit. Just don't want Brentford to go on and nick it. But it's a risk we're willing to take. Let's see what happens. There's 77 minutes on the clock. There's around 13 minutes left, plus the injury time. So we're deep into injury time, and it doesn't look like Arsenal are going to be able to respond and take the lead in this one. It does look like this is heading towards more drop points for Arsenal and a 1-1 draw in this London derby. But we are going to make a profit. So we're going to make that 78% return. And so it kind of shows you the strength and the flexibility of trading the correct score market. We obviously favoured Arsenal, as you know. They're not going to win, but we're still going to make a profit. And we were in a very nice position if they did take the lead. So, yeah, very well traded. And of course, all the risk was out of the market as well. So, yeah, we stuck to all the principles of trading the correct score market, and we've come out with a profit. So, Arsenal 1, Brentford 1, the final score. We've got Bayern Munich here against Bochum from the Bundesliga. Now, £100 to back Bayern Munich is going to make you £14, 14% return on your stake. They are around an 88% probability to win this match. So anyway, look, we've got involved in the correct score market, mainly backing scores in favour of the Bayern Munich win, but we have not gone for a low Bayern Munich win, a 1-0. And we've also not involved on the any other home win, which is probably a bit more of a threat. But the idea is that we're going to get a chance to trade on these scores in the meantime. The 2-0, the 2-1, 3-0, and 3-1. That's the idea anyway. Let's see how this one goes in play. So we've reached half-time in this one, and it's Bayern Munich 1, Bochum 0. So Bayern Munich took the lead not long before the half-time whistle went. Now, look at this. Look at the cash out. It's 47% return on our stake. Remember, if we were just backing Bayern Munich with the same £100 to win the match, and let's just head to the match odds market. I mean, they're into 1.07, so it was 1.14, laying off at 1.07. It's like a 7-tick gain. It's not great. Okay, £7 maybe profit we could have locked in, but doing it like this, we can just get out now for a substantially bigger profit. Okay, substantially bigger profit, and we don't even have to sweat about the rest of the match. Okay, so it's going to be close to a 50% return on our stake. Let's just have a look. Yep, and that's pretty much it. Okay, obviously we could have tried to raise the profits and try and make a bigger profit. The potential was definitely there, but I think this is a fair example to show you. I know a lot of people who follow the strategies and the correct score trading are looking for simple ways to kind of get in and out of the market, and this is one of them. Okay, we found a strong favourite. Back in Bayern Munich would have given us 14% return if we let it run. If we traded, probably around a 7% return. Doing it this way, we've made a 50% return. So there you go. It just shows the strength of trading the correct score market. So we're out of this one. Bayern Munich 1, Bochum 0. We've still got a few more real life examples to come, but if you do like what you're seeing so far, then please click the like button to support this video and to support the channel. We make these videos for you for free. All we ask for in support is that you click the like button. So if you like what you're seeing in this video, you like this sort of content, click the like button. While you're there, you should also hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Notification bell, very, very important if you want to make sure you get all our latest videos as soon as they come out. And also, look, if you are interested in learning how to trade the correct score market and become a master at trading this particular market, we have launched a new course that covers that exactly, called Correct Score Mastery. You will learn the ideal target score formula to use. You're going to learn how to create free bets and leverage and some low risk, high reward strategies to move forward with. And if you want more information on it, then click the link in the description. You got to download the course prospectus ebook. That's going to tell you all the details that you need to know, and it's absolutely free to download. You just click the link in the description. put in your email address, and we will email it right to you, okay? The correct score market, it's a very sensitive market, also quite advanced. We can't just allow anyone onto the course, so you'll have to fill out the application form that is inside the prospectus to try and get in. So if this interests you in any way at all, and you want to learn more about the correct score market, then just click the link in the description, get the ebook, and then check it out in your own time. Let's get back into it. I got more real life correct score trading examples for you right here. So we've got Aston Villa against Leeds here from the English Premier League, just about to kick off. Ignore the red screen. We found a rogue £10 bet in the market. Must have been placed by accident when we were trying to set the video up. And then by the time I noticed, the price had actually moved, annoyingly. So I had to exit out for a red screen. But just ignore that. That is not relevant to what we're doing right now. So you can see Aston Villa are the favourites here. They're the favourites to win this. Now, the markets are expecting goals in this one. And what's interesting is that the pre-match research is pointing us in that direction as well. Most notably, the last time this fixture played out, Aston Villa at home to Leeds in the Premier League, it was a 3-3 draw. So we are expecting goals in this one, but of course, probability-wise, we still need to err on the side of the Aston Villa win, because that is the direction the markets are pointing us in. But anyway, I've covered a bunch of scores here: 2-2, 2-1, 2-0, 1-2, and the 1-1. So we are expecting at least 2 goals in this match. Probability-wise, if we get 2 goals, it's going to likely be the 2-0 to Aston Villa, and then we could at least be on that scoreline, or it's going to be the 1-1, okay? We're ignoring the 0-2 to Leeds, and, well, let's just see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. The match is just about to kick off. Anything could happen in this one, really. Anyway, Aston Villa against Leeds from the Premier League. Let's see what happens next. 4 minutes on the clock. So far, so good. Aston Villa have taken a very early lead here against Leeds, and that has definitely gone to plan, because, as said, we were expecting goals in this one. An early goal is not the biggest surprise, and we went in favour of at least 2 goals being scored, so it could go on to the 1-1 and the 2-0 to Aston Villa, and then we'll just see where we're at that particular point. Obviously, if Leeds were the team that took the lead, then it would be a slightly different situation. But Aston Villa taking the lead, that's going to plan. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see where we're at when that second goal arrives in this one. So here we are, 69 minutes. It's Aston Villa 2, Leeds 0. So really thought, I mean, got the match on the TV, thought Leeds were going to equalise for ages. Aston Villa have just doubled the lead. That's football. But anyway, that's actually good for us, because we've got this 2-0 covered. So what we can do is we can use some of this green. Remember, we still got to be conscious of the £100 of risk we got in the market. If Aston Villa score again, we're going to be in a losing position. So we want to lower this liability as much as possible, or just try and remove it, okay? Remember, we went into this expecting that Leeds were going to score, okay? And here we are, Aston Villa are leading 2-0. We were expecting at least over 2.5 goals. Didn't expect a comfortable Aston Villa win. So I think this is probably the best thing to do at this particular moment. Take all the risk out. All the doubt is now gone from the market. We've laid off that 2-0. It's only going to leave us with £14 of profit if it does remain 2-0. But we can leverage up and make some decent profits if Leeds can get on the score sheet. So that's what we're going to be trying for here. If there's another Aston Villa goal, it's going to be a break even. And just to show you, for those who do like to just cash out of these things, £58 of cash out if you did want to exit now, if you've got too much doubt in your head. But I've got the match on the TV, so I can see that Leeds are really pushing. So look, if we can get Leeds on the score sheet, that'll bump up the profit nicely. I think it's the best decision to go for right now. Either way, the risk is gone from this. Let's see what happens. It's Aston Villa 2, Leeds 0, 70 minutes on the clock. Told you the goal was coming. It's Aston Villa 2, Leeds 1. Leeds have just pulled one back. So, look, this is probably the time now to lock in this profit across all the outcomes. We've got 2-2 covered. We do not have 3-1 covered. So, we're much better off trying to lock the profit in and correct score market. It might always take a few attempts to do it. So, always keep that in mind if you're still learning this market. And so let's press this and we should get 186 locked in. And then that should be there. Okay. And so once that's locked in, now we can decide if there's anything more that we want to do with this. Okay. So look, we do have 2-2 covered, which is a possibility. And like I said, I feel like Leeds have been a better team in this one. We've got 3-1 there as well as a possibility. So look, we could just lay this 2-1 to Aston Villa. Lay it with £100. It's going to take £45 off our profit. Means that, look, if there's no further goals, we're going to make 141 at the very least. If there is another goal, we're going to leverage up nicely onto that 2-2 or onto that 3-1. So let's just see what happens. There's around 5 minutes left, plus the injury time. Let's see. Aston Villa 2, Leeds 1. And so that's going to be it. It looks like Aston Villa are going to hang on to this 2-1 win. There was a big chance for Leeds right in injury time, but couldn't convert and make it 2-2. But anyway, you saw how this trade played out. We were expecting goals. We did get the goals, and we landed on a target scoreline. But one of the big things with correct score trading is to then leverage that up, to then put bigger green on the next possible score lines. And when they come in, that's when you're really going to start to cash in. And as you got a good example of that. It didn't come in this time, the 2-2 or the 3-1, but next match, maybe then it comes in. But either way, that's the idea, and we've still made a decent profit. £141 is going to be returned to us. We entered with £100 initial risk, so it's like 140% return on our stake. So anyway, final score, Aston Villa 2, Leeds 1. So we've got a match here from the German Bundesliga, Bochum against Hertha Berlin, and you can see Bochum here, 2.42 favourites on this one. And I just want to show you what we've covered on the correct score: 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 3-0 and 3-1. So heavily favoured in favour of Bochum. Only really that 2-2, pretty much our plan B. Anyway, let's see what happens in play. So we reach half time in this one. It's Bochum 2, Hertha Berlin 0. And this trade has worked out very nicely for us. The cash out is available at 171 profit. Now, this is one of those slightly rare situations where we could just take the profit now. All of the score lines have moved in profitably for us. 2-0 back to 13 into 4.1, 2-1 back to 11 into 5.6, 2-2 17 into 15, 3-0 29 into 6, and then a 3-1 into 8.4. So look, we're cashing it out, and we're going to take that early profit on this one, because it is a situation where probably this might not get that much better, especially if Bochum were to score again right away. We're probably going to eliminate some of the score lines at that particular point. So this has worked out very nicely for us, and this situation can arise when you're trading the correct score market, and you can get out nice and early like we have here. It's only half time, but we're done with this. So I hope you enjoyed checking out how we traded those matches, and it gives you some inspiration to dive into the markets and give it a go on the correct score market. It's a very exciting market to trade. And if you do like the look of correct score trading, you want to learn more about it, then get this ebook. It's absolutely free. It's the Correct Score Mastery course prospectus, and you can get it for free by clicking the link in the description and then putting in your email address, and we will email it right to you. And this is going to put you on the right path towards learning and mastering the correct score market. And we're going to show you everything you can potentially learn about this market, and you'll get a much clearer idea about all of it. So as said, click the link below, fill in your best email address, and we will email it right to you. And if you are interested in seeing some more probably football trading videos, there should be a video on the screen right now that we have specially picked out for you to check out. So best thing to do, click on that video, go grab another nice cold beer, and let's get into it.